All right, you guys, welcome to the Nobel Setting Show. We just posted a video on some really cool stuff that was just sent to us. I forgot to mention how we even got on that. So here's a video called Endeavor on the Nobel DOG channel. Now, what happened was last night they sent us a bunch of stuff. In addition to Donald Trump's book, Never Give Up, we were trying to read that, and then we were guided to make a phone call. And thank you to powers that be, the military who sent that information to me immediately as I was about to make the call because I didn't have the number, the right numbers. So I wanted to thank them for that. Now, some stuff was sent to us yesterday. So what happened was they also shared with us something about the Miss Universe pageant, something going on over there. Some of the women, the contestants are pulling out or something to do with Israel and Palestine, something about, let me see if I got it correctly. I think they're saying that Israel is apartheid it, I don't know, is operating in apartheid or something, or I don't know. And then they were saying the South African, I think it was Nelson Mandela's grandson, who said that something to do with apartheid in Israel. So, those of you who've gone to Israel, is there apartheid in Israel? I've never been there. I don't know anything about Israel. I knew there was some stuff between Israel and Palestine that was going on for years. So, some of the contestants have pulled out, apparently, and there's some big to do over there. So, I was researching, I was guiding to figure out who owned the Miss Universe pageant. Originally, it was Donald Trump at one point, or I don't know if it was originally him, but he had owned it at one point. He talked about it in the book I talked about yesterday. Anyways, as I was researching, it led me over to, I want to say, this company called WW. Every time I go to say it, I get it incorrect. It's WMEIMG, and then Christy Stewart purchased the licenses. Were purchased by Christy Stewart. This is an American actress, host, model, and beauty pageant title holder who won Miss USA 2008. Stewart later began an acting career starring as a real estate agent, Leslie Morris, on the owned TBS comedy drama television series For Better or For Worse. All right. So then I was looking at, so if you go, this is on Wikipedia, by the way. So if you type in Miss Universe, it comes up and it says that this beauty pageant started in June 28, 1952, 69 years ago, headquarters in New York City, New York, location, United States. Key people is Paula Shugart, since 1997 as the president. Parent company is IMG Endeavor. And there's affiliations, William Morris Endeavor, and then the budget is 100 million, and it goes on, right? So I'll put this in the description below. And then it was talking about the title Miss Universe was first used by the International Pageant on Poultitude in 1926. The contest was held annually in 1935, with the Great Depression and other events preceding World War II led to its demise. The current Miss Universe pageant is founded in 1952 by Specific Knitting Mills, California-based clothing company and manufacturer of California swimwear. The company was the sponsor of the Miss America pageant until 1951, when winner Yolanda Belbes refused to pose for publicity pictures wearing one of their swimsuits in 1952. Pacific Knitting Mills organized the Miss USA, and the Miss Universe pageant, co-sponsoring them for decades to follow. Anyways, it goes on, and the pageant was first televised in 1955. CBS began broadcasting the combined Miss USA and Miss Universe pageant in 1960 as a separate contest in 1965. More than 20 years later, Donald Trump bought the pageant in 1966 from ITT Corporation, Corp, ITT Corp, with a broadcasting arrangement with CBS until 2002. During this time, in 1998, Miss Universe Incorporated Incorporated changed its name to the Miss Universe organization and moved its headquarters from Los Angeles to New York City. By late 2002, Trump entered into a joint venture with NBC, which in 2003 outbid the other markets for the TV rights. From 2003 to 2014, the pageant was broadcast in the United States on NBC. And then it goes on. In June 2015, NBC canceled all business relationships with Trump and the Miss Universe organization in response to controversial statements about illegal immigrants who crossed the border from Mexico. As of legal settlement in September 2015, Trump bought out NBC's 50% stake in the company, making him the company's sole owner. 3 days later, he sold the whole company to WMEIMG, following the change of ownership in October 2015. Fox and Azteca became the official broadcasters of the Miss Universe and Miss USA pageants. The current president of the Miss Universe organization is Paula Shugart, who has held the position since 1997. And then it goes on. You guys can read the rest of that, right? But I just found this interesting. So then I was researching. They sent me some stuff about Vancouver. I guess a few days ago there was this landslide over there, or something with they're saying it's climate change. Then I was reminded of the video I made a while ago about I think I was on the Securities and Exchange Commission, right? And this is and then I was looking up who owns a WMEIMG, and the United Nations came up again, and yes, they might be affiliated over there under the Global Compact. And then I was on the Securities and Exchange Commission and looking up climate change again, and then all those companies came up. I was talking about that. You guys can look at that in the video I just created, all the bullshit ones. And then I was looking up Endeavor, and let's see if there it is, Endeavor Group Holdings Incorporated, EDR, CIK 001766363, Endeavor IT Incorporated, 001511261, and then there's a WR Endeavor LLC, CIK 0018315, CNS Endeavor LLC, CIK 001777375, and the GP Endeavors LLC, CIK 001775855, and Endeavor Fund LLC, CIK 001042072, and then EP Endeavor LLC, CIK 001616784. I was just reading this, and you know what came to me? Let me just look up this one. Why did that come up? I don't know. Something totally different. Let me see something here. Israel Discount Bank Ltd. CIK 001224306. Does Israel own Endeavor, or they have? There was something between Israel and I didn't know why Israel. And then Celcom Israel Ltd. CIK 001385145. Israel Amplified Program Corp. ISAP. CIK. Maybe they're part ownership. Maybe have you know how Zoom has Eric has 22%. Maybe Israel has ownership in it. You guys comment below because you guys know more than I obviously do here. I'm just researching stuff, and stuff's just coming to me. Israel Mark, and then Levi Israel Sam. All right, so I'll put the description below. You guys can look this stuff up. More Israel, and then Gal Israel. So yeah, there were some different things that they were sharing with me, and I just thought it was interesting, so I just wanted to come on and yeah, and then this program here under the Endeavor Lebanon, which I thought was interesting. BDD 149954 Beirut Digital District BDD Nasif El Yazi Street, Beirut, Lebanon. All right, so this was, dear Mr. Secretary General, I am pleased to confirm that Endeavor Lebanon supports the 10 principles of the UN. You guys comment below. What's the 10 principles? I never heard of that. Of the UN Global Compact with respect to human rights, labor, environment, and anti-corruption. With this commitment, we express our intent to support the Global Compact advancing these principles, and will make a clear statement of the commitment to our stakeholders and the general public, who we also pledge to participate in and engage with the UN Global Compact in the following ways: purpose and implement local partnerships on corporate sustainability, continue to engage with other stakeholders and engage in any way we can the Global Compact Network, Lebanon. All right, you guys comment below what that is. I don't know. And then it goes on to say, we recognize that a key requirement for participation in the Global Compact is the submission of a communication on engagement, COE, that describes our organization's efforts to support the implementation of the 10 principles. I don't know what the 10 principles are. And to engage with Global Compact, we support public accountability and transparency, and therefore commit to report on progress within 2 years of joining the Global Compact and every 2 years thereafter, according to the Global Compact COE. So, the United Nations Global Compact owns, or they're in partnership with them, right? Signed, Christina Sinead, Managing Director. So the United Nations owns them, but we were thinking it was probably an oil company. We were going over here. At one point, we were going to look up the oil company and ask if the oil companies, does the oil companies own own the United Nations? That's what I wonder, because who owns them? Oil and gas companies make statements just in support of UN, but executives who said their companies provided nearly 10% of the world's energy did not commit to any new limits on their own. Does the U.S. government own oil companies? No, unless it's supposedly separated by a deed. Oil and gas rights are owned by the surface landowner. Oil and gas rights offshore are owned by either the state or federal government and leased to oil companies. I know that the heirs reclaimed all of that, but I'm just curious as to who was running the show or might be still running the show. Who owns all the oil in the world? If we simplistically look at proven oil reserves, the answer is obvious, mostly OPEC and Russia. According to BP, the global authority on the subject, this collective group of 16 countries owns 1.35 trillion barrels of proven oil reserves on, or nearly 80% of the world's total. Okay. So, anyways, I'm just curious. You guys comment below who owns the UN. Major oil companies letter to the UN. 6 major companies have written an open letter to the government and to the United Nations saying they can take faster climate action. Huh? Does the oil companies own the climate? We just went on Securities and Exchange Commission and we're talking about all these climate change companies came up. Does the oil companies own climate change companies who subsequently own the United Nations? Comment below, you guys. All right, so we're just out here. Stuff's being sent to us, and we're just trying to make sense of it. So a bunch of stuff was sent to us yesterday. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who owns who, so we could figure out what's happening. We don't know. All right, so here you guys can join us on our website. I will put the description in below, right? You can join our daily email group where we share stuff as we receive it too, as we're guided. Once we can make sense of some of the stuff, some of it comes to us that we have to kind of figure out what. Yeah, some stuff came to us, we didn't understand it. We're like, huh, what? So you can join our online tutor school classes. You can also join us here on the two YouTube channels, Nobel Al II. You can also, we ask you if you like and find these videos helpful or uplifting. You can give them a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. You can write to us a private email consultation. And for set-off matters such as child support cases, mortgages, foreclosures, ticket citations, auto loans, student loans, warrants, and for those of you guys remember when we got the GSA bonds right on this channel. Thank you to each and every one of you for sharing some really great stuff that you have been able to accomplish and remedy too. And it was through that we were, because we didn't even know, when we heard about the GSA bonds, it was told to us in such a convoluted way, we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't understand it. So when you guys out there shared them with us, that you guys actually won your stuff back, and then we shared with you what we got, and those of you got out and got your other stuff back. We're really grateful to see that. So we just want to say thank you for that. You write to us for the GSA bonds and the 1099 OID to get back the finances they claimed you owed, and I highly recommend the International Promissory Notes and the International Bills of Exchange, and the Indemnity Bond. Yes. I think we did ours for trillions. And we ask you guys to, the stuff that we use in the international promissory notes and the international bills of exchange are not Federal Reserve notes, right? So when we're doing, guys, those of you who've done international bills of exchange and promissory notes for things like food and stuff like that, let us know here. You guys remember there was a story many years ago about a woman that went in and wrote on a piece of paper in one of the Federal Reserve banks for a certain amount that she required for food. I want to say it was for 500, and in exchange for the promissory note, she got Federal Reserve notes at that bank. Comment below, you guys, if you're able to do that, because that would be the kicker, right? If we can get to that level, that's awesome. All right, so we ask you to support us here. Thank you to all of you who have supported us here. We really greatly appreciate it. To donate to us, you guys go to paypal@gmail.com. And again, we just want to say thank you to the military. Thank you to all of you out there who are writing to us. We really greatly appreciate it and stuff, because it, just uplifts our heart here and helps us along the roadway. Thank you to Copper Aborigines, Horatio Bayatri Roots, Tracy Rockamore, Kiki Smith, hold on, that's not their real names, you guys, and True Roots and Hawaiian Bucks and all of you, Tonus Bay, and everybody in the comment section, Tammy, and everybody else. Thank you. Remember, we always say faith that works is dead, and we want to put a hedge of protection on all the good people out there, helping us to get free. Donald Trump, the Army, the Navy, the military, and everybody globally. Like, share, subscribe, you guys. Have yourself a great day.